Hello and welcome to part one of the three-part series On the Record, Partnerships with Private Equity, brought to you by Johnson Medical Information and supported by Center Partners. I'm Dr. Stanley Fineman, and in this first video, we'll be covering the top three things to consider when partnering with private equity. They are, number one, the value of your practice and the financial incentive to have a partnership. Number two, what life after the deal will really look like for you and your practice. And number three, who is the right partner? Number one, understanding the value of your practice is primary to a partnership. Private equity firms use EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, as a measure of your practice value and profitability. The calculation of EBITDA is important because this figure will directly drive your practice valuation. The valuation of your practice or your enterprise value can be split into different forms of compensation, primary cash or rollover equity. The structure of this compensation within the partnership will drive financial incentives for the practice owners. Number two, life after the deal. How will your day-to-day activity change or stay the same within a private equity partnership? If you're like me, you want most things to stay the same or improve within your practice day to day. Thankfully, for our practice, we found that our partnership did not impact our medical decision operations, but it did change other parts of the practice for the better. Important topics to consider are medical decision-making, employee benefits, operational changes, and regular cash compensation. And finally, number three, who your private equity partner is critical because it starts with private equity folks are on the other side of the partnership, and you and your partners need to be able to envision working with them for an extended period of time. Does your private equity partner have experience in your medical space? Do they understand your practice? And how involved are physicians in the leadership of the new entity? Furthermore, does the private equity have a history of success in this space? What do their previous partnerships look like? Have they played out relationally and also financially? And potentially, most importantly, does the new private equity have the resources and capabilities to accelerate the growth of your practice? More details on how to choose the right partner will come in part two of this series, so stay tuned. Thank you for joining us for On the Record, Partnerships with Private Equity. We would like to thank Johnson Medical and our sponsor, Center Partners, for bringing you this information. Join us next time for part two in our series on how to choose the right private equity partner for your practice. Thank you.